The dam has sprung a leak, yeah. Yeah, it has. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe. That's right, Beaver is going for Halloween as Scrybe. Welcome, everyone. Oh my god. I have been wanting to do this for so long. Oh my gosh. Welcome. Happy Halloween to each and every one of you guys. It's good to have you guys here. Welcome to whoever it was. I missed the name. I apologize. I was laughing at my own stupidity. What was the name? I am Julie? Maybe my eyes are just deceiving me, but thank you for following my friend over on Twitch. Welcome. Did you go to his house for this bit as well? Yeah, absolutely. It's not like he's currently live in his room or anything. Where is he?
Yeah, I'm hopeful that it's
there he is.
it's solid. And some
hold on. Scrybe. We'll see. Oh god. Good times, guys. Good times. I feel like we have the best times here in the Beaver Dam. I really do. I hope you you guys enjoy my stupidity. Does Mara have a costume? I was actually looking for a costume for her today. I went to a place nearby just to see if they had any dog costumes. They had like 2 that would fit her and nothing that like really floated my boat, type of thing. So I didn't get a costume for Mara. Oh, hey, the Scrybe tribe's checking us out. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Scrybe tribe. Oh my gosh. Is this a Scrybe truck cosplay? Yes, absolutely. Yep. I literally was looking for a costume for Mara and saw the bald cap. I was like, I gotta go in on this. This is fantastic. Oh god. Oh. That's so sweet. Oh, sounds like they're laughing. That's a good sign. I think we're good.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Just saying, Scrybe, if you're still listening,
Thought it was longer.
Anyways. I hear that you know, what is it? Mocking is the sincerest form of flattery. No, not mocking. Copying, something like that. You know. I better Scrybe. Hey, Alibaba, welcome, my friend. Oh gosh, dude, this is great. Happy Halloween, everyone. Dude, it actually took me a second to find a scene. Dude, I had to scrub like 4 streams to find this background, dude. I swear, he leaves his back like all the time, and then right when I look for a background to steal, just can't find one. Like, I had to find one where he was gone so I don't have him staring over my shoulder the whole stream. Gosh. Hey, Juno, welcome. Just made troopers on break rage quit on stream? Dang, dude. What happened, Faustus? Hey, Grax, welcome, welcome, my friend. Here, I'm gonna throw on some gameplay while we're sitting here just kind of chatting. What do I still have to do in Conquest? I kind of have done most things. I almost have my red crate. Oh yeah, I just need Lord Vader battles. Let's get some extra stuff while we're doing our Lord Vader battles. Not you.
We would be honored if you would join
us. Grax coming with your Prime sub. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. 6 months. That's crazy. And Italian, 12 months. Yeah. A year. That's crazy, dude. You thought it's been longer? Dude, it already feels like it's been forever. I don't think you've ever left the Beaver Dam. Such a good time. Such a good time. I'm so glad we got Scrybe to pop over and say hello. Oh gosh. We want to see Troopers Unbreak in a Leia costume and left. Dude, there was a Leia costume at the place I went to today, but it was just like the episode 4 Leia costume. And I was like, oh, that is so tempting to just run and grab real quick, but it was like 4 sizes smaller that it would work for me. So I'm like, yeah, this really doesn't make sense for me at all. But, you know, fun times regardless. Scrybe said to make a video with you dressed like... Dude, what I should do is his next video, whatever it happens to be, I just take his video and then I just do a running commentary on the video like we did for like the GAC thing where I was like, here's the points that I think he's right, here's the points where I think he's wrong, as him. Go and find a couple of his mannerisms that he uses in videos and just do the same thing. Oh my gosh, that'd be fantastic. I hate the stranger. Are you talking about the stranger node? Oh, because it's making you actually play Conquest. Dude, I'm actually really excited for the stranger. Yeah, like it's got like yeah, you see how far into Conquest I've gotten. I'm spending my free time playing Conquest and like enjoying playing Conquest lately. Like I don't know, it's funny what a character that I care about does. The last time I enjoyed Conquest this much was Darth Bane. Oh, that's right, we need these battles in the 5th sector, so that means we have to just weasel our way into here. Okay, here's Circular Team. I had to. I didn't even play Conquest when Rey was about. I'm doing great, Talion. How are you doing, my friend? Finally unlocked Mandalore. Is it worth doing R9 Mandalorians? Not really, no. Even R8 Mandalorians, it doesn't really seem worth it. Because like the mission that they have on Mandalore is a Relic 8 mission, but it's a combat mission. It's not a special mission. And so it just doesn't feel like it's necessarily worth it. Yeah, I don't know. If it was a special mission, I'd be like, yeah, let's go in, let's get that. It just doesn't feel worth it to me. So, I don't know. Oh yeah, I have my data disk still set up for the Quiggled video that we just did. I was like wondering why my stuff isn't ramping a whole bunch and we don't have like insta kills with our Zealous ambitions. It's because I was building for Quiggled. Can't put your hands on the head the whole video because Scrybe doesn't do that. Yeah, I can't do this whole thing. I gotta go. Maybe I'll just take shots the entire time I do the video. Just make it an absolute caricature of Scrybe. Oh gosh. How much did you pay for that cap? I don't know. What's the package for this? I think it's $7. Oof, that's rough, Talion. I always hate being sick. For your own health, make them apple juice shots. I mean, that's what I'll do. I don't drink myself, so honestly, for the bit, I might actually buy alcohol just to dump it down the drain and then use, you know, the bottle or the can just to make it look like it. I hate the stranger note. He killed my Ray via counterattack from full HP to death. One tap my entire SLKR team. Oh yeah, the stranger note is pissing people off a ton. I know that it's Fat Phil's mortal enemy right now. I heard him mentioning it. Is the guest AP Canes? No, Black Ice. I'll let you figure out who the guest is. He's gonna be so confused seeing a video of himself that he didn't make. He said to me when I tried to see Bane it. Yeah, I tried the same thing. I was like, oh, see Bane, this will be an easy, and just gone. I was like, oh, never mind. See Bane's not the good thing. AP coming back to YouTube's crazy. I saw that he posted a video. I haven't watched it yet though. Will Beaver be making a guest appearance on Scrybe stream? Honestly, I could probably call him and he'd probably answer. But I'd have to figure out how to set up a what is it called? An OBS virtual camera, I think it is. So that way we'd be able to send our video to him so people on his stream could be able to see us as well. Which I have no experience doing. I should probably figure it out because I've started using OBS recently. But it's not something that I'm super familiar with. That was rude. Needs a nerf already. He's not even out. Yeah, Kyvier's gross. My progress of having missed 2 days of Conquest is halfway through Sector 5, about to hit 4th crate. Nice. Just to finally beat the node. It did it with no tanks as well, which was great. Yeah, I think I used Darth Vader Starkiller initially to get 3 stars on it just because I was working on feats, and I had booming voice and it was something else, booming voice and maybe a weak spot or something. I don't remember what it was, but it like essentially made it so I just like one tapped their entire team. How long does it take to get a 7-star GL ship if I got it today? If you don't do any refreshes, it is 2 years. RB started using recently. Using what? I'm so confused. Record dumping the alcohol and show up to Scrybe to be mean. Much alcohol was sacrificed for the sake of copying this video. If you don't mind me asking, did you get the job or whatever you're talking about that one stream? I did, and so that's why I've been so busy, is because I've been working 2 jobs and then streaming when I can, and each of those jobs I'm working 25 or more hours, and so I just haven't had time in my life for literally anything, which is why I've been streaming it like in the middle of the night for people. But starting on Monday's my last day at my current job, and then I'll be full-time at the other job. And so that'll cut down my time by a solid 10 hours at the minimum. And then on top of that, it's gonna, give me the ability to stream whenever I want as well, because it's a work from home job that I get to choose my own hours. So I will be able to fit our streams in whenever is best for us versus, just whenever I can afford to squeeze in time. So very excited. I am very, very excited. The stuff that I'm doing is very, very cool. And they really like my work. Hence the reason that a week and a half into my trial phase, they offered me a job. OBS, totally not spicy. Of course not. Of course not. Happy Halloween, running bald man. Do you like my Scrybe cosplay? Apple, don't let your stomach hurt. That's not good for you. Hey, Karsk, welcome. Not done the quest for the 4th one yet either. You have 3 booming voice data discs? Why? Does this mean more roster review streams? Yes, because I mean, our streams in general have been almost non-existent over the last couple of weeks, and we haven't had a roster review stream in probably 2 weeks. And so, yes, we will be having more roster review streams. We'll just be having more streams in general. We'll get member game nights back on track. We'll basically get everything back on track here pretty quickly. It was just working 2 jobs and trying to maintain some modicum of getting out of my house. Because you guys gotta remember, I am working a job for Pepsi where I go and I fill shelves by myself with no one around me, and I don't see my coworkers. I'm literally just listening to an audiobook and doing my thing. And then I go to a job that I work from home with no one else, and I sit there in front of this computer and I work from home by myself while listening to audiobooks. And then I stream, which is great. I love streaming with you guys, but talking to a camera is not quite the same thing as talking to human beings. And so trying to fit those 3 things, plus trying to go out and be around other people at least like 3 times a week just so I don't lose my sanity, has left me with 0 time to do roster review streams, 0 time to make videos. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I don't think I've made it. Like yesterday's video, I think, was the first video I've made in probably like 2-3 weeks. Like, it's been a while. And so, like, yeah, we're getting back on track. What that is the plan, is we will be fully back on track coming up in the next week or so, having more videos coming to a theater near you, having, you know, everything kind of fit back into place. I'll start up on the PP channel again because I want to keep playing Expedition 33 as well as get to Silksong. I know I'm a little behind the curve. And we also might be trying out some Battlefield 6 if it's something that people are interested in over on the PP channel, just because I've just picked it up this last weekend and I've been able to play it like 2, maybe 3 hours. And yeah, I'm liking it. I'd like to play it more, but I just don't have time. I've had 2 to 3 hours of free time in the last week. Okay. Let me just pop over to the Discord real quick. I'll look at your guys' chats in just a sec. I know there's like 7 or 8 more that just popped in, but I want to go over to the Discord and I'm going to open up roster reviews for you guys. So, reminder of how roster reviews work. I know it's been a while, but the best way to get a roster review is to go to the Discord. If you need the Discord, just type in !Discord in the chat and it'll pop up. Now, if you go to the Discord, there'll be a section called roster reviews. I'm going to type into there saying @roster-reviews live now. And as soon as that message comes out, anything after that, I'll look at. If you want to get a priority roster review, you want to jump the line of free roster reviews, then your best bet is to either have a $10 membership, which it gets the highest priority and can be a live roster review where we talk in a voice channel, or you can do just, you know, a super chat for $5 or more. But yeah, let us start it out. I don't have a ton of time today. We might actually have more time than I'm expecting because my plans might cancel tonight. But okay, yes, we do have some more time. My plans didn't cancel. Looks like she wants me over at 8 p.m. though, which means I have an extra hour that I wasn't planning on. So we have a little bit of extra time to do some roster reviews here. So, well, that means we have about 2 hours of roster reviews to do, and then I'll have to get going. But we'll be able to hang out here on this wonderful Halloween with you guys, obviously the Scrybe tribe. Let's get that message out there, get you guys going on roster reviews. I know it's been a while. It's going to be a little weird with these roster reviews because I think I'm going to spend a little more time on your guys' roster reviews today and talk a bit more about things, just because the fact that Relic Delta is around the corner, we're talking about this, it is a thing coming, and it does need to be considered. So, something we may talk about, may influence some stuff. It'll be an interesting time going through these roster reviews. Okay, live now. Okay, anything that goes in after that message will be looked at top to bottom. Okay, let me catch up on stuff. His voice is very loud. I apologize, RoboMelon. I can like move my mic way over there, so that is that better, my friend? So I haven't been with the dam in a minute. I'm a little busy winning band state championships. Very nice. See, where I grew up in Alaska, or sorry, in Wales, I had, like, my brain said Welshland, and I'm like, that's not right. Where I grew up in Wales, there's not a whole lot of bands, and so saying that you were a state champion doesn't mean much in Wales because there's like 7 bands out there, so it doesn't really mean much. So I'm glad that you're winning, and I hope it actually means something where you're at. That is dope, my friend. It's always good to see you, Appley. I wish we had you as a merchandiser for my store. Our Pepsi guys kind of suck at it, but not as bad as 7-Up. Yeah. Yeah, it's always fun to see, but in this area, the Coke guys all really suck, and the Pepsi actually take their job seriously. But I've seen other places where it's the exact opposite. Kind of interesting to see. I would love a job with minimal talking. So I really like jobs with minimal talking. I am a social person. Obviously, I monologue to a camera. I like to hear myself speak. I do like talking. I do like interacting with people. It's like one of my favorite pastimes. But when I have a very social job, it means that I'm too exhausted to go out and socialize. And so it actually kind of cuts off a piece of, the things I like to do because my social battery is already kind of drained from work. And so working a job that has minimal interactions with other people is actually very, very nice for me. Because unfortunately, I may be an extrovert, but I still need my time to myself. Do you have a white polo shirt to wear like Scrybe is? Unfortunately, no, but I've seen him wear colors like this before, so this is the best I could come up with off the cuff of my sleeve. But I do not have a polo that I could match him with, unfortunately. I've been meaning to pick up a couple polos just for when I go to, that slightly more official settings, especially with me having a fancy job now. But I haven't gotten around to it. So give me some time. We'll get a polo. Maybe we'll wear this same costume for April Fool's Day, and we'll see if we can convince Scrybe to let us stream on his channel like this and wear like the exact same thing, and we'll get him to like stream on our channel and see if we can set that up as a really stupid April Fool's joke or something. We'll see. We'll get something in there. AR. That's E33, but I felt like I might be asking for a bit too much by now. Speaking of, Talion, send me a DM to remind me, and I will drum up some art real quick and get the art's definitely not going to be pretty. It's probably going to be really, really basic. For now, I think I can switch it later, but I will get the song that Wep made for Expedition 33 uploaded for you, so that way you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you happen to use, YouTube Music, whatever it is. I'll make sure it's uploaded for you, my friend. Beaver going for a date. It's a movie night, so it's her friends and then me. So I don't know. Well, I'm definitely thinking about asking her out. We've been hanging out for a while now. Yeah, it's Scrybe going on a date and, ignoring his wife. Hey, Tassinix, good to see you, my friend. And I'm not Beaver. I'm very obviously Scrybe, my friend. Oh, the 3 times booming voice. Okay, but I'm talking here. Are you being running bald man as Halloween? Because if so, you only have half the cosplay down. Yeah, I don't know how to run. I know how to have the runs. Dude, I will swim 4 miles before I will run 1 mile. Like, I'm not even kidding. I will swim forever to get out of running. I despise running with all of my heart. Oh, I'm having a great day, Auntie. How are you doing, my friend? Usually it was the start of the month, other than the one yesterday. Yeah, so yeah, it's been about a month since I last posted a video, Grax. Yeah. Goodness gracious. When I worked in retail, my Pepsi, Coke, and RC guys were pretty good. Yeah, that's nice. It's rare that you get all of them working pretty well. Thinking to stream later another Conquest and Chill. Would you like to join the stream? I'm thinking to kick it off about 9 p.m. Eastern. Unfortunately, I might hop in for like 20-30 minutes. Let's see, 9 p.m. Eastern would be 7 p.m. where I'm at. So I might have a little bit of time to hop in over. We'll see though. I'm gonna be heading out to go to a movie night with a girl. So we'll see if I can. Either way, I'll make sure that I raid into you, my friend, and send anyone that's watching over your way. Does the 501st team need gas basic or echo unique zetas to function? Echo unique, no, I still don't have it myself. Gas basic is nice, faux shizzle, but it's not necessary. What's the new fancy job you got? I work for a tech startup, building out new products that are just basically never before seen products. So in my first week and a half, I built a new product, and we've already gotten our first deal out of it. So we're hoping to become a full company within a couple months. When I send reminder, whenever you want to, Talion, I'll just leave it unread, so that way it'll remind me to do it every time I open Discord. Looks like we got someone to ban. Grax, would you mind taking care of that? Let's get rid of our Conquest energy before reset, just because I know I'll forget. Thank you, Grax. Don't swim if you have the runs, though, please. Why not? That sounds like fun. About the big update, new areas, game bosses, a lot more are coming to Expedition 33. I did hear about it. I haven't seen any of the details. But to be fair, I avoid gaming news like the plague. I kind of avoid news in general about media like the plague. Like, I went to a movie last week, 2 weeks ago with my brother, and I sat down and I was like, dude, I don't even know what movie we're watching. And he's like, oh, it's titled this. I was like, oh, cool. And so then I watched the movie. I'm listening to a book right now I have heard amazing things about. It's called Project Hail Mary. I have not read it before, and I've just heard good things, and then I've just cut it off right there. I haven't looked up anything. I haven't even looked up the summary of the book, like the little, like, in the back thing where it gives you, like, a little snippet of, like, oh, what this book is about. I haven't even read that, and so I went in completely blind. Has been a crazy experience. Really enjoying the book. If any of you guys really like, kind of books that make you think and puzzle together things, I'm really enjoying Project Hail Mary. So definitely add it to your book list if you guys like that type of stuff. Like, especially if you liked like the Martian movie. It's by the same guy who wrote the Martian, so it's very similar in that sense of like kind of figuring things out and using science that's not too complex, and that type of stuff, and has that pseudo real life with a fake problem going on. I've had, what do they have to see? The inside tab. Every time. Yeah, every time you tab out, dude. I'm gonna just go work it out. Test next. Okay, I will add you, my friend. One of the few store guys that have been on that side before, I talked to them like people, so they're responsive to me. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Software. I'm just gonna call you Beck because I don't want to try and decipher your at. Yeah, it's software based, Beck. Who needs banning? It was over on the Twitch side. Talion, we got a bot. I once ran with the runs. I remember this distinctly. I was in middle school, and I had to make up the mile because I was sick the day we ran the mile, and I had the runs, and I begged my PE teacher to let me go to the bathroom before he made me run the mile. And he thought I was trying to get out of going and running the mile. And I said, no, I just really, really need to go to the bathroom. And he would not let me. And so I ended up going and running the mile, as in walking as fast as I could with my cheeks clenched, trying not to crap my pants. Took me 29 minutes and 28 seconds because I kept having to stop and keep myself from crapping my pants. I should have just done it while looking him in the eye, just for the sake of forcing him to deal with that fact. But instead, I bore my way through it because I'm a crazy person.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Sometimes you just need to poop in front of him to assert dominance.
see, Storm's got it. Storm's got it. Hail Mary, go to play anyways. I come back to. It's a good question, Arctic Gaming. Oh, hey, poopers. Hi, Mara. You're such a good poopers. Okay, let's or sorry, whatever Scrybe's cat's names are. You are a cat today, Mara. Hold on. What does he do again? Hold on. I've got this. I've got this. Hold on. He picks up the cats with one hand and gives them a treat with the other hand. So we're gonna try this. I've got this. Right here. Jotty. Ow, don't bite my fingers. Jotty. There we go. Did I pull off the Scrybe cat feeding right? Okay, please. First assert dominance emote incoming. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab our roster review list, and we will get started. Okay. I wish I could nail a Welsh accent, but unfortunately, I don't have anything for that. I'll have to practice it. Okay, first up on our list, we have Wavy Tone. Going for Leviathan and Mace, going to fit in Lord Vader or Leia. Okay. Thinking for going for Mace first, since Leviathan will need a lot higher relic mats, and want to be ready for Mace when he comes back. Guild also just unlocked Mandalore. Finished both Night Sister teams, but I'm missing a Zeta on Marin and Great Mothers. I wonder how needed they are. I have 4 full Zetas saved in case I decide to push for a DL soon. Also been pushing some attackers, maybe Cal to R7 because of Relic Delta. Also with Cal... Wait, Cal to Relic 7. Are you talking about Baby Cal? Because you already have a Jedi Knight Cal Relic 7. I was going to say with Cal, it's not like a huge deal. Because A, insta-kill. But like, also you want the high Relic levels just because in Rote, he's one of the best leads in all of Rote. And you have Omicrons on him. What's with the forehead? Can't you... Dude. You don't just walk in and ask a Welshman what's up with his bald, beautiful forehead. You need to respect the forehead. Come on, dude. You're part of the Scrybe tribe. Sounds good, Talion. You have a great night, my friend. Okay, Baba. Sounds good.
Do fine.
814 by 273 x 494. What do I do after Balin?
Thank you, my friend. I will take a look at your roster next. Before the stranger reveal. Okay. So this is kind of an older message that you're copy and pasting. Going to slow farm shin shards for Balin and starting to gear my pirates to try and be able to red crate and get the stranger after the first 3 conquests instead of 5. If I have time, I might get Luthen up. Well, I mean, the good news is one of the biggest problems for this is something that, you know, I already came up with, which you already have, which is a Gear 12 Quiggled. So hopefully that Gear 12 Quiggled carries you like it carried me. Castiel, welcome to being damn cool, my friend. It's good to have you back in. Yes, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you, my friend. Damn, gold damn too. That's a full year, isn't it? Stranger after the first 3. If I have time, I might get Luthen up. So it sounds like you're kind of spreading yourself out a ton, but I don't know if that's necessarily a terrible thing. My one worry is that in spreading yourself out, yes, Hoodlum. Hence the reason that we have the background as well. Well, it's good to have you back, Mikey Mike. We missed you for every moment you were away. I want to take a look at this. So, you're Galactic Republic. You have Master Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. They're not Relic 9, but they are Relic 7. Your Imperial Remnant, I'm guessing, is not built. No, it is. Get them up, dude. Get them up. Get them up to Relic 7. Make sure you're getting as much relic materials for high relics as possible. Highly suggest. Highly suggest. You have the Jabba, and then what's the other piece I'm missing? Ah, yes. 1, and you already said you guys have unlocked Mandalore. Sweet. RR today for everyone, Beaver. If we have time, we'll do as many as we can. I have roughly 2 hours to do things. We'll kind of jump into a 5-minute roster review segment stuff in just a moment. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. You're going for a lot of different stuff. If your guild's pushing for the raid, Mace is going to be solid. Leviathan is always going to be amazing because you're going to be able to, you know, hold a good spot in your fleet arena. Do you have the Profundity yet? You do have a 4-star Profundity, which can kind of do it for you now that the Rogue One's in the game. But Leviathan is still kind of king here and easy to be there. Sounds good, Madness. You have a great night, my friend. Missing is Marin and Great Mothers. I don't mess around with Great Mothers and Marin. They're characters. If it's the one that I'm thinking of, hold on. Let me check your Night Sisters. Because I can't remember what Zeta's. Yeah, is it this one? Because if it's this one, I don't think you need that Zeta. So I would say leave it. But Marin, I don't mess with. I would get the Omicron and the Zeta on her. Make sure that she's doing good. Pushing some, yeah, honestly. Leviathan and Mace are great value farms. And then pushing some of your attackers up in relic levels, I think, is going to be a fantastic idea. Because I think Relic 5 attackers is going to kill a lot of us. I think we're looking at a world where all of our Relic 5 attackers are going to be kind of destroyed. Keep in mind that doesn't include all attackers, especially attackers that are based off of certain aspects, such as, you know, if you're looking at like a Finn Zori team, you don't have to worry about it. But I do think going through and making sure your attackers are looking good, I think, is a solid idea. I would probably hold off on a new GL for a little bit. just so you can make sure that you shore up some of these relic levels and get them up, as well as, you know, get a couple relic levels up on the Imperial Remnant. Maybe consider doing the Queen's Men up to relic 9, considering high relics is going to be such a big thing going forward. Definitely think that kind of stuff is probably the best bet right now, is shoring up value farms and shoring up your attackers is going to be huge. Yeah. I would skip the Zeta on Great Mothers, Marin, put it on, get the Omicron on. But yeah, Mace and Leviathan should be your big thing. Keypads makes sense. Which, I mean, hopefully you're have you ever seen a 300 speed Marin? No, because why? I mean, the nice thing is with like your keypads, you're going to be able to get more as you get, you know, Mace Windu and that type of thing, where your guild starts pushing for the next crate. So if your guild's pushing for better crates in the raid, it'll help a lot with getting those higher relic levels done. Okay, honestly, besides upping your relic levels on some of your value farms, I think you're kind of looking at a good spot where you're kind of building out the stuff that you already have in your roster. I'm a little worried for the Luthen that you mentioned. Now, here, we'll go to Rebels. These guys, you don't have the Zeta, so I can't even show you. These guys already deal 90% less damage when they assist. If you're not relic 7ing your entire Mon Mothma team or your entire Saw Gerrera team, I feel like you're not really going to do anything with Luthen. So I might suggest dropping the Luthen and not doing the Luthen anytime soon. So, unfortunately. Hey, I mean, you're already close to both the relic 9s you need. Wavy Tone. I mean, you have 28 keypads of the 40 keypads that you need. I don't think it'll be much to take yourself up to get those 2 relic 9s. Not unless you're like, you know, super dead set and close on Leviathan, which are how are your ships for it? Are you fully done? Yeah. Okay. So probably Leviathan first then, because Leviathan can guarantee crystal income. I am so worried for so many of these characters. There's so many characters that I'm just like, this is gonna be so bad. Like, we're gonna have to relic 7 tanks and attackers like crazy. So yeah, with your Zeta, you know, being a little rough right now, and, you know, Relic Delta coming, I think taking a little bit of a slower turn, you're in a good spot. Quick look at your mods. A little bit of a slow Jabba. Little too little damage on her. Okay. I'd like to see your Queen Amidala and your Master Qui-Gon faster. Unless you have an inordinately good speed down here. You do not. Yeah, both of these should come up. I love the fact that your Bam and your Bo-Katan are in a row. Good job on that. Resistance Hero Poe could use some speed to go with your Finn. Your Great Mothers could use some mods. It looks like a lot of this is going to be mod work. Make sure you're being stingy with your mods. Throw what refreshes you can, but make sure you're being stingy with them, because like even if you have Jabba, you have the Queen's Men, you have the Paw Patrol, you're still going to struggle on mods if you're kind of just throwing away those mod materials. So yeah, it's unfortunate, Wavy, but it's entirely possible. Queen or Qui-Gon. Yeah, just throw more into mods, dude. Be stingy with it. Don't take mods up unnecessarily, and start just flooding your roster with new mods. Especially considering you have the Paw Patrol and the Phantom Menace, you have plenty of credits. Just get that flow in and out as fast as you can. Get through those mods. I think your mods are going to be a big thing that needs some work, and, you know, working on getting your stuff up, I think, is a great idea. Okay, Babo, we'll hop into you, and then we're going to activate our 5-minute timer, and we're going to start going through each roster in 5 minutes. I wanted to take a little bit longer on the first one just because I wanted to kind of get an idea of how I wanted to think about Relic Delta, because we haven't done any of these in a while. Mara, did you knock my green screen over a little bit? Or is that just part of Scrybe's background has a black line? Yeah, that's part of Scrybe's background, has some kind of black line. Okay. Yeah, no, and I 100% get it, Wavy. It's going to take a while. Like, you know, you look at my roster, and it's the same thing. I have these, like, partially modded teams, like the Hut Cartel, where, you know, you look at them and you're like, oh, yeah, that Bosch Leia looks at least solid. She has over 300 speed, but she could definitely use an extra 20 speed. And your Jabba the Hutt's modded well, where he has some good speed. But then you look at, you know, Boba Fett, and it's like, wow, that is a supremely slow Boba Fett. Or you look at Chrysanthemum, and you're like, wow, no 6-dot mods and kind of garbage. Or, you know, Skiff-Guard Lando, same kind of thing. Like, I get it 100%, but it's something that you need to be stingy on, something you need to focus on. It's mods is one of the biggest things that you can do. Like... As much as this is nice, where I got 331 speed on this character, I brute forced these mods hard using my materials, and I regret how much I spent on materials on Apo just because I was like, I just want to be done with Apo. And, you know, when I was not being stingy, and it ended with me losing a lot of materials just to make sure my Apo was looking good. So... what are your thoughts on Ahsoka event? Is she more worth it now? Technically, she is very much worth it from a value standpoint. She is still a crap GL herself. You look at Ahsoka and what she offers, and you're getting the Paw Patrol event as well as getting the Ahsoka event. I think there's an argument to more go for her, but still kind of a crap GL. Speaking of, I still haven't done this, but... What is it? Yeah, not anything I really care about until I get the Relic 9 level. Ooh. Do I get... That's what I needed. That's actually what I needed. Hold on. 2 Zetas. That's all I wanted. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. I don't know about the Smuggler's Den. Smuggler's Den? I'm unfamiliar with Smuggler's Den. Is out there relabeling the Smuggler's Run? ROI is definitely not there with the amount of R9s needed. Yeah, you're not wrong. The amount of R9s is ridiculous. It's still, to this day, and always will be, I think Ahsoka will be the last GL that anyone gets. I think she is more worth it, yes. I still think she's a crap GL, and I still think it's not a great choice to go for. I'd rather see other things.
Credits will do fine.
Wondering if I should stop my farms and relic every team to minimum R7. Currently working on Seer/Malicos. 918 by 835 x 229.
Thank you, Mikey Mike. I appreciate it, my friend. I will take a look at you after Bobo. Unless they do a JMK bundle, I'll be getting her before him. I mean, JMK is not a fun farm to go for, so I can understand going for her before JMK. There's not really a whole lot of good parts to going for him. Better not be licking your paw. Okay. This is Bobo. Bobo says, what do I do after Balin? What do you do after Balin? Let's see. Okay. 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 Only, well, okay, 1, 2, and 3. What's your ships looking? Ships are looking quite beautiful. And good to see, Baba. Good to see. How are you doing on Zetas? Nice, Yotter. Horrible. So, I'm noticing something in your account, and I think it's going to be not only a common problem among people's accounts, but I think it's going to be a major problem going forward. It used to be a minor problem, but it's going to become a major problem very, very quickly. Not only do you have things like Star Killer at Relic 5, which Mikey Mike, this roster review is going to help you, I think, while we talk about this. Something to keep in mind, especially for teams like Star Killer, all you need is a good Star Killer. You don't need a good Mara Jade. Mara Jade's going to sit under stealth most of the time. Most of the sudden whirlwinds are going to go into Emperor Palpatine, who's already at Relic 7. This guy's the damage. He's the thing that needs to be Relic 7. In most teams, it's going to be like the primary attacker and the primary tank are going to be the two things that you need a Relic 7. Now, the problem I'm seeing with this roster is I'm seeing like Ben Solo, who's the key to the Ray puzzle on defense, is at Relic 3, which means everyone's going to be working on getting a Relic 7 Star Killer. That's going to be enough that Relic Delta is going to make it so they just one-tap your Ben Solo. There's characters in here that obviously don't necessarily need the relic, high relic, like Bastila Shan Fallen. Like, yes, would I like a higher relic? Yeah, but she kind of just hides behind tanks, so it's not nearly as bad. But I'm seeing a lot of low relic characters, and by taking the time and getting those low relic characters done, you're going to build yourself a Zeta abundance, and you're also going to build yourself a gear abundance, which is really nice too. By taking a break like this, you're able to gain a ton of gear and be able to do things on the side. Like, I literally have been working on my raid relics, right? Like, that's what I've been working on, is getting my raid relics really, really nice, where, I have a Jocasta Nu that I took up to Relic 9, I took Grand Moff Tarkin to Relic 9, I took Scorch to Relic 9, took Relic 8 on my clones, or pushing towards Relic 8, going to push towards Relic 9 on those. I'm pushing a lot of relic levels into characters. I finally got around to doing my because she kept dying on me in 3v3, I decided to take my Bastila up to Relic 5. I took my Nihilus up to Relic 5. And because I'm like taking the time to up these relic levels, I have the Zetas to go into other projects and, catch up on a lot of my Zetas. And on top of that, I'm also, solving problems that I'm going to have when Relic Delta comes around. But like, my next two farms are Balin Skull, which I already had fully gear 13 before I started relicking them last week. Like, I already had all of them gear 13 because I just had the time, because I was relicking, just random stuff, trying to get the relic levels up for my Order 66 stuff. And so I just had the stuff that I needed here. And then same with, if we go over to my other next farm, is Obi-Wan. And we go and we look at what I need for Obi-Wan. I have them all gear 13 already, because I'm taking the time to up my relic levels on other things. I just have a huge excess of gear. And so it's actually super, super nice. Is Mara Jade an attacker disguised as a support at the Star Killer team? I feel like she's always been that. She's always been a hidden support. That's all she kind of does. Hey, Caracol, welcome. Aren't most of those Lightspeed bundles? I mean, just because you got something in a Lightspeed bundle does not mean you shouldn't take it up and finish it. But yeah, Bobo, I would love to offer a new farm. I really would. I would say drop your crystals into getting your GL ships up to snuff, to have them at like 7-star and all that, just so that way they're functioning all the way. But I mean, at this point, ships are kind of easy. I don't know, maybe you're in a spot that they aren't, but I'm seeing quite a few fleets here. You have a Raven's Claw on your roster. I don't know. I don't think you're going to struggle much with fleets nowadays, thanks to the recent changes. But still, I always prefer trying to push for those 7-star GL fleets, and then just pushing some higher relic levels into your characters, especially in key characters. Like, you know, this is the taunting tank of your team. On top of that, she kind of, you know, she gives the death mark. She does all the heavy lifting here. You want her to be tanky. The Relic 7 with Relic Delta is going to be a good spot right there. So, you know, your Malicos, this is the main damage dealer on this team. You can't sit here with a Relic 3-1. You could before Relic Delta. This isn't going to do anything after Relic Delta. So. Quick look at your mods before we move on, and then we'll move on to Mikey Mike, and then be back to the free list. Didn't even check the damage. Looking good. Ooh, a little slow. I'd like to see a faster Sith Eternal, my friend. I feel like I bring that up every time I look at your account, though. Not a bad Jabba. JML is looking usable. $346. Small over 300. Small is over 300. Very nice. Your Master Qui-Gon, your Queen Amidala. Looking, especially your Queen, it's looking a little slow. Cat's not a super big problem with where she is. Yeah, like a Relic 2 Luthen. Relic 3 Zori's fine. This is going to be fine. So, quick side tangent when we're talking about this stuff. Keep in mind the teams that you're utilizing. If it's CLS or if it's Zori, it's not going to matter because those are based off of exposes primarily. And so you're not going to have nearly as many problems dealing damage with those teams than other ones. Same with like dots and things like that. Those teams are not going to have a problem. Now, I will warn you, not having a full Relic 7 Zori team is going to mean that you can't beat Ahsoka in one shot because everyone's going to have a Relic 9 Ahsoka going forward, and most people already had a Relic 8 or Relic 9 Ahsoka anyways. And so you're not going to be able to have the damage to get through Ahsoka herself unless you have a full Relic 7 team. So that is something to consider. So certain counters will struggle with these teams still, but for the most part, they will not struggle. Mandalore mods. Looking solid. What is your, where's your BAM? I want to see BAM right here in front of her. Yeah, throw that BAM right here in front of her. Hey Caleb, yeah, I'm just trying something new. Thought I'd you know, copy some, try copying at least the accent of an American. The weirdest one for me is hamburger. It's one of my favorite words to hear people who are not American pronounce. There's so many different accents that make hamburger just they stress the R so much when they're trying to sound American, and it's so much fun for me. I love it. Water. Bottle of water. Americans are quite spooky. Okay, Mikey Mike. So as I said, when it comes to your base question of should I Relic 7 everyone, the answer is no. The key people you're going to want to focus on are going to be teams that will be decimated by Relic Delta first, which you already have a leg up on something like a Terran Malicos. A lot of people have a Relic 5 Terran Malicos. Yours is Relic 7, which is solid. So you're looking at tanks and you're looking at attackers in different teams. And as long as your tanks or your attackers are Relic 7, then I think you're going to be fine for the most part, which is, you know, it looks like you've done a pretty good job of taking people up. So what I would do is I would go in and I would build out a new tab in your squads, and I would just start a new tab and go through and get every team that you use on offense first. Offense first, defense second. It's the same thing we do with lightspeed bundles. It's the same thing we do with farming. You know, you got to be able to clear the enemy. That is the big thing. So go through your offensive teams first, build out your entire offense in your squads tab, and see what teams are going to be decimated. Like, for instance, for me, I know for a fact one of the big ones for me is going to be this one. So it's currently on my list, is to make sure that Savage gets a Relic 7 in here. Because the moment the Savage gets a Relic 7, this team functions normally anyways, because this team's not about dealing a whole bunch of damage, it's about getting insta-kills. So once I have a Relic 7 Savage, this team shouldn't be affected by basically anything. He'll still be able to tank the hits, and he'll still be able to survive. It should be fine. But you know, so go through and look at your tanks and your attackers, the people who take the hits and the people who are dealing the hits, and make sure that they are Relic 7. That's going to be the big thing for a lot of us. For team to hydrate, hold on, let me go grab a drink. I don't actually have a drink in front of me, and I just drank like literally like 2 liters of water right before the stream because I was so dehydrated. So I'm going to go grab a soda to reward myself for taking care of myself by dehydrating myself all day and then following it up with like 2 liters of water. This is going to be a very hard battle, I know. Sodies. My bad. Sodies. But I said a mod work in the last few months was looking at Balin next, but if I need to worry about relic levels, I will hold off. Oh my gosh, a chug chug chug. You're killing me, Grax. I just got this soda. Okay. It's gonna be so painful. Oh, what time is it? Okay, I still got an hour. I keep thinking that I only have the 30 minutes that I had before, but she changed the time on me, so. Can this just one tap this? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, here we go. How long are you streaming for? 1 hour and 10 minutes from right now is how long I'm streaming until. This is gonna be so painful. Oh, it burns. Dude, why'd you have to do a Coke? These hurt so bad. My face is a completely different color than this. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. So much air is coming out and it tastes vaguely of beef. Ugh. Ugh. Oh gosh, it burns. Ugh. Oh. Why Caracol? Well, if you watch on Twitch, you get channel points, and if you get enough channel points, you can redeem stuff. And one of those redemptions is chug, 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 which makes me chug whatever beverage I have in front of me. Hey, Steelhawk, welcome to the Scrybe Tribe. Oh, what am I doing? With my life, of course. Not like, what am I doing currently? I know I'm gonna forget if I don't do that now. Okay. So, Mikey Mike, sorry about the delay, but hopefully we've already answered one of your big questions. Okay. So, Seer you already have done, Malicos you already have done, you're just looking for one more Omicron. Honestly, a lot of your stuff looks pretty good to start off. It looks like you've kind of taken care of your low relic things. Your major attackers and squads look like they're relic 7 already. Oh gosh. I'm dying. I'm all the Jedi. The DC Dark Lane just made an update that made the game much worse. Seems to be the theme among mobile games this year, and DCDL even got Game of the Year 2025. What's the shot counter at? I'm trying to remember how much a shot is. I know it's 40 milliliters, but I can't. Well, I guess I can just do the math real quick. 4 times 9. So 9 shots of Coke. Oh. Milliliter is a dumb word. I've been listening to, as I mentioned, Project Hail Mary, that book, and the guy is an American scientist, the main character is, and so it's really entertaining the way that the author has written him, because, like, he's constantly going, oh, that's this far away, and he uses an imperial system, and then he's like, gosh, but I have to convert this over to metric anyways, because that's what I'm using for my math, so why does my brain keep using imperial? It's just because that's what I've grown up with. I'm like, yeah, like, it's the same kind of thing with Fahrenheit and Celsius, like, in short distances, I feel like it feels good when it comes to feet and like using the imperial system. And then like Fahrenheit is great for like how it feels. But like Celsius and the metric system are much easier to use for math and make a lot more sense in doing things like that. Whoa. Yeah, I was even looking to see if like your Bosch Leia's Relic 7. Like, you've done a great job of taking your time to get your characters up to Relic 7. I feel like this account is one of the more prepared accounts for a for when Relic Delta comes around. I am a little worried that your Sith Empire is looking pretty sad. Like, really sad. You only have one GL fleet. You don't have them. Dude, the thing that I would work on is, yeah. I think you mentioned that you were thinking about Balin, right? I would honestly try to fix your ships. Your ships aren't looking great. You only have one of the GL fleets. You're missing out on this, which means you're missing out on that counter to Profundity, which has become my go-to counter for Profundity. You're missing out on one of the best cleanup fleets, which is actually going to be the fleet that I put on defense nowadays, starting this next GAC. I feel like some of your fleets are a little bit lacking here at the moment, my friend. So that would probably be the big thing. This is a big ship to come in handy as a plug and play. Yeah, I would be trying to fix your ships, my friend. Are you supposed to be Vin Diesel? Oh, did I miss the Profundity? Yeah, I did miss. How did I miss the Profundity? It's right there. I guess I'm blind, guys. But yeah, as I was still saying, missing Leviathan, missing the Comeuppance, missing the Malevolence, missing the Home One fleet. You're missing a lot of like the itty bitty pieces that makes fleets bearable. So. Yeah, Leviathan will give you a big boost to GP. Should clearly put you over the edge, missing the entire capital ship in front of you. Yeah, it's literally right there. I'm just blind, guys. Do you think ship battles became better than character battles with Relic Delta? I think ship battles became better the moment that they added in the Rogue One and the Home One lifter, the B-Wing. The moment that both of those happened and they did like the buff nerf to Leviathan, I feel like the fleet meta is in the best place it's been since they dropped the Tidorito initial changes. Like, it's in such a good spot right now for me, and I am loving every single moment of it because I can actually, feel good playing my fleets. Whereas before, it's felt garbage since the Tidorito changes came in. Violins are still useless. Yeah, I would agree. And in fact, I think Malevolence is falling off pretty hard too. I think both of those are up for the next two lifters. We're gonna probably see Malevolence, Chimera, and Finalizer get some love over the next year or two. Home One can eat banners even if it's not strong Arctic Gaming. It is a pain in the butt. What could Finalizer get as a lifter? I don't know. A new capital ship? But yeah, I would. Your fleets are going to be the big thing that I'm worried about here. I don't think Balin's a bad farm. I think you're onto something there. Balin's not going to be a bad farm. It's just something a matter of like what's going to make your life easier, and I think ships is the answer here. And I would consider Relic 9ing your Queen's Men. I think it's going to be something I encourage everyone to do. It's next on my list for Relic 9s. I've kind of put aside my Clone Troopers for now because my guild is happy with the score that I'm getting. I don't need to up my guild score for a while for the raid. So my next two Relic 9s are going to go to Queen's Men. Technically, my next three are going to be Ahsoka and then Queen's Men, just because it, double up on that stuff for me. But most people aren't going to be bringing up Ahsoka because most people don't have Ahsoka. She's kind of a GL that I'm not suggesting to people. Kazakh everybody hits its ult. Hyperspace tracking upgrade. I do think it would be fun if they added in the giant capital ship. I don't remember what the name is. Is that the Dreadnought? The Dreadnought Star Destroyer? Whatever the giant Snoke's capital ship is, so that way we could just use the Raddus against it and like actually have that cinematic moment. Plan on taking Relic 9 clones to bump raid score from 5.7 to 9 mil. Fair. I'm guessing you already have the Scorch one. Yeah, you already have the Scorch one. The Supremacy. Thank you. Yeah, so do I suggest Relic 7ing everyone? No. Do I suggest what I did with the other person and told them to go into their squad tab and build out their squad tabs and see if there's any attackers or tanks that could use that love? Yes, I do think that's an excellent idea. I don't think it needs to be everyone, though. Balin, I'd put him off just to get yourself some ships into your roster. Your Savage needs some relic levels, obviously, for Relic Delta. We've already talked about that. Yeah. Sure, Relic 9 your clones, Relic 9 your Queen's Men. How's your Datacrons doing? Looking pretty good. And your speeds. Kylo, nice. Jabba, looking good. Good. Solid. Wait, is that with an arrow? It is beautiful. Beautiful. Be a beautiful day. That's what I said, but he served me well up until now. Yeah, he served me well at Relic 5, but I'm going to have to bump those relics up to Relic 7 now, thanks to Delta. So, like, I 100% get why you haven't taken him up. I'm just saying you're going to have to take him up. He's one of the few things that, like, in this roster, I immediately identify as a problem that, with Relic Delta, needs to be fixed. But yeah, your mods for your GLs are looking good. Love seeing that fast of an Ezra. Love seeing the mods. Your mods are looking good. These wonderful men deserve over 300 speed. Captain Rex deserves over 300 speed. That actually, I don't know. With this one, I think this is a team that's going to fall off completely when it comes to Relic Delta because everyone has them at Relic 3. When it comes to... Unfortunately, with how Relic Delta is set up, any team like this, Captain Rex, Geonosians, Mon Mothma, unless you, with these like mass swarm teams, unless you have them all reliced up, they're really not going to do that much. So it's unfortunate, but it's just the turn meter push teams are just going to suffer immensely from this. Especially the ones that are like everyone putting in a little effort. Because like, you know, with Imperial Troopers, they're not going to fall off. In fact, we may see an Imperial Troopers get an actual lift out of this. Because, you know, you go and you take your Dark Trooper up to Relic 9 and then leave everyone else. You might be able to punch way above your weight class and absolutely decimate some teams that you normally shouldn't be able to with Relic Delta. It's entirely possible. You could be punching through insane squads with that. But like Captain Rex, it's not a team. You pick apart a team slowly, piece by piece, with damage. It's not something where you have one damage dealer that you're pushing along. Like, you know, we can get up Starkiller, we can get up Malicos, we can get up Dark Trooper. We can't do that with something like the Mon Mothma team, something like the Captain Rex team. It's just, it doesn't do anything. Wait, is that why Lightspeed bundles now come with Relic 7 minimum? You are correct, dude. That is, well, it's to squeeze more money out of us, but yes. I will say, Bernard, Relic 8 and Relic 9, obviously, yes, nice to have. It's not something that's going to be viable until they do some more changes. It's going to be fast, Mikey. I'm guaranteeing you that I am going to be absolutely dropped. I'm just about to hit Kyber 1. I'm going to be going to Kyber 4. Kyber 3 if I'm lucky. Like, the amount of opponents that I go up against, they have full Relic 9 rosters, I'm kind of screwed. So, like, you're probably going to have a better chance of being in, like, Kyber 3, Kyber 2 than I am. Because I have always trimmed the edges hard, whereas you have, you know, pushed these characters that you enjoy using up to higher relic levels, which is good. So. Oh my goodness gracious, I am sweating a lot underneath there. I didn't realize that. Yeah, Hoodlum, they mentioned that they've been working on this for a year. So they've known for a long time. So they definitely planned the Lightspeed bundle changes into this as well. Yeah, no, like if I was given any one of my opponent's accounts, I would absolutely decimate my opponents. But I don't have my opponent's accounts. I have my account. And so I just swing up out of, you know, the way that I do things. And soon that will not be something that I can do. Mikey Mike, speeds look good. Savage Opress is a thing that I'm noticing. Go through and check your stuff. Your ships need work. That's probably the biggest piece of advice I could give you. And Relic 9s. Queensmen, and then your clone troopers that you're already working on. Sounds like a fantastic idea. Queensmen I definitely would add on to there. It's going to become more and more prevalent that we need Relic 9 materials. So. Okay, is Milton still here? Does this timer still work? I haven't used it in a couple months. Okay. Dude, my head is reminding me, my beautiful bald Welsh head is reminding me of when I used to play rugby. That's what they do in Europe, right? Wales is part of Europe, right? Yeah, no, it's part of the UK. Yes, it's part of the UK. Rugby, yeah. It reminds me of when I used to play rugby back in middle school, and I would drip sweat through my eyebrows into my eyes out of the bottom of my rugby. Is it a helmet? Isn't it like a more like a leather? I guess it would be a helmet. I don't know. All right. So right now, if you take another shot, dude, I'm not chugging another Coke. I already feel like crap. Yes, sorry. When I was in primary school and played rugby, it will hurt your skin. Just take it off. What? Take what off? What are you talking about? Caps. A leather cap. Yes. It reminds me of when I was in primary school playing rugby and I had my leather cap on and I would sweat down my forehead and into my eyes. The fake beard? Good point. I just go and just shave all my facial hair right here, right now. Yeah, but they have the caps. The cap. Oh, that hand position though. Let's see. Rugby cap. Yeah, that thingamajig. Those look much more padded than the leather ones they had originally. Leather. Yeah, that's the thing I'm thinking of. Back in my day, when I was in primary school, this is what we used. I actually don't know how old I am. I'm from Bordeaux, France, which is home of the University of Buffalo Bears. One of the best rugby teams in the world. Very cool. France is simultaneously on my list and not on my list for a place to visit. I really want to visit, but I've also not heard the most amazing things about the way tourists are treated. And so it's kind of like, you know, there's a lot of history and a lot of cool stuff that I'd love to go visit, but also I don't know if I want to go. Oh, here, I've got this Mikey Mike. Hold on. Back in my day, rent for my whole studio apartment was $225 a month. Was that a good approximation? I feel like that was spot on. Or I could do the back in my day, the rent for my studio apartment was $225 a month. Do more of like a Father Time type of voice. To the New Zealand? New Zealand is definitely on my list. New Zealand is absolutely on my list. Every part of New Zealand that I have seen has looked beautiful. Every person I've met from New Zealand has been some of the nicest people I've ever met. It is so far up on the top of my list for places that I want to visit. France isn't about Paris. There's so many nice people and places to visit. We have a large variety of landscapes. Yeah, I mean, Paris is definitely something I'd like to visit, but like I'm more into like, I don't know, seeing more than just like the major population place. I don't know. Like, if I'm gonna go to Italy, yes, I want to go to like, what is the name of it? It's on my bucket list, but for some reason I'm spacing it. I think it starts with an M. Oh gosh, it's been so long since I've like looked this up and was like looking at things. There's a place in Italy that's known for suits, and I've always wanted to go and get a nice Italian suit from them, which costs so much money, but is on my bucket list. And absolutely, I want to do that. Yes, it's pretty touristy of me to do that, and it's a big city, but I really want to see the country of Italy. I think that the countryside looks gorgeous. I want to see that. I want to go on hikes in, New Zealand. I don't really care about, yeah, sure, I want to go to see the Hobbit stuff, I guess. But, I want to go on hikes in New Zealand. I want to see the stuff that you guys see, because I don't know. And I want to try the food you guys actually try. I do not want to go to some restaurant that's just oh, yeah, this is what we eat. And it's, supremely overpriced and an approximation. I want to know what you guys actually eat. I can have as many approximations of what people do in America because there's so many diverse people here that they bring their cultures anyways. I want to see the non-Americanized versions. I want to go down the back roads without getting mugged too many times. So, Milan, that sounds right.
Credits will do fine.
Do we know what happens when the Raid Rancor eats a unit with instant defeat immunity? I would assume the same thing that the Rancor happens with Jabba, where it does the thing, and then they just spawn back in. Completely fine. Commander Lex coming in with the 10 Canadian. Thank you, my friend. What do you mean, Mary J? This is my room. My goal is to live in Italy when I get retired. Fair. Dude, okay, so this is going to be a quick side tangent. I hope you guys forgive me for the quick side tangent. I have been really surprised lately and a little bit alarmed by the birth rates in a lot of the other countries. I'm worried about it in America, too. It's a problem in America. I mean, it's a problem over in America where I'm clearly not from, because I'm from Wales. But America, the only reason that their birth rate is high enough to sustain life is because they have such good immigration from other countries. But the problem is that's not sustainable. That's other people coming from their countries where their birth rate's already low there and coming to this country, and that's the only thing sustaining our population in a positive growth. Japan is at a 1.6, which you need a 2.1 rate to be able to survive. They're looking at within 4 to 6 generations not being a sustainable gene pool to be able to continue. Over 70% of Japan is abandoned just because everyone's moved to the population centers, and there's just such a low birth rate. Korea's at a point where it's within 2 generations their gene pool is no longer sustainable. It's actually kind of scary. It's been interesting to hear about that, and Italy's having a similar problem, and so you can find very cheap housing in Italy just because so many people have moved away, or so many people have moved to population centers and the birth rate's just not there anymore. And Japan's doing $1 houses for people to try and get them to go out and renovate a house in the middle of nowhere and start up getting out there again. South Korea. That's South Korea Shack Deck. I have no idea anything about North Korea because none of their stats are going to be true that we get. America's birth rate is currently 1.6. So to give an idea of birth rate, I know this is really off topic, but it's been something that I've been looking at. You guys come here for the ADHD rambling, right? That's why you guys are here. You're not here for the roster reviews that we're doing. You're here for the ADHD rambles. To be sustainable, each couple needs to have 2.1 kids. That's what the birth rate is. For each couple, you have 2.1 kids. So there's a positive growth. That is the only way that a country can sustain itself. America's at 1.6, but we are over the 2.1 with the added benefit of immigration. A lot of other countries don't have immigration laws that are easy to get into. A lot of them are very, very strict, such as places like Japan. And so it makes it so they can't really supplement that much with that type of thing. But yeah, it's just across the entire world. not looking good. We went from worrying about overpopulation for so long. I remember growing up and being like, remembering people talking about how there's not going to be enough minerals, there's going to be overpopulation on the earth, and there were so many movies that were just like, the earth, we've destroyed it, and like, you know, we just overgrew how much people are on earth, and we had to move to Mars, and we had to do, and like, we're getting to a point where countries are looking at falling apart just because the rates are so low, which is crazy to me. So we have a huge problem finance those pensions. Yeah. It's a big problem. Like right now, the workforce is really rough, especially because when you look at the birth rates and everything, as well as just the statistics, which I don't know how many of you are in my generation, but you're going to be saddened by the stat that I'm about to mention. So in population wise, it goes, the largest is now millennials. It used to be, up until very recently, boomers. Boomers are just everywhere. There were so many of them, and then they all had almost no kids. And so Gen X is a tiny generation, which is why you see almost no Gen X in various governments throughout the world and in various places in general. There's just a much smaller population from them than the boomers, which is why you see a lot of boomers inside the government still to this day. And it's very recent that the millennials have started to outweigh them, but still the voting force is in the boomers, at least in the US. And so, you know, they get to make most of the decisions because a lot of them, the millennials and people that are younger, are not actually voting, which causes some problems. But even with all of that, and with the declining rate and all of that type of stuff, some recent studies have shown that millennials, and specifically Gen Z has 30% less sexual relationships than any other previous generation currently. Not saying at their apex, Gen Z is getting less sexual relationships than boomers are at however age that they are right now. It's not good. Things are getting interesting for all of the different stuff. Oh yeah, I mean, this stuff's happening with immigration due to current whatever situations in the U.S., the current administration, but we still have one of the most open immigration policies of any country. No problem, Mikey. You have a great night, my friend. One of the factors that they talked about in the study that I was looking at is the study was called the most rejected generation. And it was the idea that it's just basically one of the leading causes to the high anxiety and depression that we see in Gen Z compared to other generations could be linked to the fact that you go look for a job, you're going to apply to 300 places and not get anything. You're going to go and look for a date, you're going to go scroll through all the dating apps, and you're going to get rejected 500 times before finding one person to go out on a date with. And just how rejected we have, more access to things than ever before, which means we have more rejection than ever before, and could be a leading cause of it. There's not enough proof to substantiate and be like that's a main problem of it, but it is one of the theories, which is interesting. Maybe part of the problem. No, you're not supposed to admit that, Bernard. Oh gosh. The average Beaver say one thing and we are like 25 items further down the list within 2 minutes. I don't know what you're referring to, Grax. But yeah, I honestly don't know what you're talking about. Most overlooked for sure is Gen X, and Gen X is the one I wouldn't say the most rejected, because the Gen X still got their whole, like, you know, they were able to get into good jobs. They were able to, you know, kind of live out the American dream, at least in the U.S., fairly well. They were able to, you know, buy homes and that kind of stuff before things got super expensive. But they are having problems now. They're having some rough problems, because a lot of the jobs that Gen X has are the types of jobs that are very quickly becoming automated in the last, like, couple of years. So. Anyways, let's get back to this. Commander Lex, let's get to your roster, and we'll keep going. Yes, but Lex donated for one. So then it will be Milton. Which, is Milton still here? I don't know if I've seen Milton's name pop up recently. Milton, if you are here. Oh, there you are. You're on Twitch. Okay. We will do you after this paid for one, Milton. Just unlocked Riva. Very nice. Oh, already have her up to Relic 7. That is good to see. Going to get Great Mothers, Imperial Remnant for Assault Battle done with Zetas. Then Zori, Zeta, and Omicron. If you're referring to Zetas on the Imperial Remnant, I wouldn't. Do whatever bare minimum you need to do for the Assault Battle, but I think you can do it without Zetas. And I would do that as much as possible, because they're just not a fantastic team. They're really not. Zori, Zeta, and Omicron. They're going for Balin into JMK. Should I go for Glat or GL Honda, especially for an account so behind on mods? Glat's really not going to help you with mods. Glat is... it's up to you. I wouldn't suggest Glat. GL Hondo you could go for. What are you missing right now? Is it just those two? 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, so you'd be just missing those two after JMK. I would skip Glat and go for GL Hondo if I were to choose out of those. Relegate Inquisitors is not a bad idea, considering, you know, they have a special mission. I don't think DTMG is something that I would ever suggest for a roster. It's just, like, I guess if you want to. It's the same thing with Trench. It's just, unless you're a huge fan of Territory War, I don't think is something that I would really care about. It's just not worth it. Shackdag is next, so you Shackdag after Milton. So, Inquisitors are not a bad thing, but unless your guild's really pushing for it, I don't know. A lot of this feels like stuff that could be done, but like it's only if your guild's really pushing for it, because if your guild's pushing for getting Relicate Inquisitors, then great, you know, you're adding to a good pile that's going to come from it. But like if it's just you, I feel like it's just kind of like you're not getting a ton of extra stuff out of it. And so I'd leave them just at Relic 7. Let's take a quick look at your attackers, just to, you know, and just your general units to make sure you aren't screwed for Relic Delta real quick. Overall, I'm already seeing that like a lot of your main characters are Relic 7, so I'm not super worried about you coming into Relic Delta. GL Hondo, of those two, I'd suggest GL Hondo. So overall, Great Mothers, Imperial Remnant, sure, you're going to get a GL killer team. You're going to get the Imperial Remnant done, which is going to be, you know, value for you, getting you higher relic levels, that type of thing. And then after that, Balin into JMK. I think that's a fantastic idea. That also gives you the time in case they do end up dropping a JMK bundle and you look at it and you're like, oh, that looks delicious. You can pick up the JMK bundle. Who's going to be on Scrybe Talks this Sunday? Wouldn't you like to know, Depressed Wampa? Unfortunately, that is not something I can disclose at this time. Should we go? Should we go message Scrybe and see if he'll have me on like this just for fun? See if I can't find like a shirt that matches what he wears. Well, as you can tell, I haven't shaved in a bit. I'm tired of seeing myself in yet. Oh gosh, is this what it's like to be Scrybe? Just bald jokes all the time. Anyways. Yeah, honestly, I think your overall, like, what you have laid out in front of me is good. I would say eliminate the DTMG, eliminate the bringing up of the Inquisitors. Don't drop Zetas on the Assault Battle unless you have to. Try to do it without it, especially because if you just God mod once, you're good permanently. I would always suggest GL Hondo over Glat. Would I be able to hit your Great Mother's mods? Yeah. Most of Great Mother's modding is just you want speed. Which you're already looking good. That's 30 speed. I almost would say get more speed. And the reason being is because you need them faster than Ezra, if I recall, for the Ahsoka counter. And so specifically with the Ahsoka counter, you're going to want this, you know, over an Ahsoka. Or over a, over an Ezra. And it is common for me to see like 350 to 370 Ezras. And so currently you're at 355 on the speed, right? Yeah, 355. And so I am a little worried that your speed is not going to be quite enough. So that would be my one little piece here. Otherwise, looking like good speed. I like to see it. You're definitely going to need the Zetas on the Great Mothers. You could do the Zetas on the Paw Patrol, not Enoch, but the other two, just for the sake of getting the Night Mommies to have a little bit more oomph to them. But I don't know. I kind of regret those Zetas that I dropped on those characters because, like, it really doesn't change that much. It really doesn't. I guess you cut out Darth Revan lead if you're using, I think it's Night Sisters. Let's see, what is it? It's Night Mommies, Morgan, the two Paw Patrol, and Marin, I think, is the only way that you really cut out the Darth Revan, but even then it still can be killed by Malak. So, I don't know. Great Mothers has always been more of an offense thing for GAC and a defense thing for Territory War. So it really just kind of depends. But yeah, I do like the fact that you're thinking about modding. Hondo, absolutely. Be as stingy as possible with your mods. Your Star Killer could use a Relic 7. I'm sure your Savage could use a Relic 7. I think that's going to be one of the big things. I'll probably make a video about it. And your Director Krennic deserves a Relic 9. Kidding. But yeah, looks like a good start on Great Mothers. Looks like you're in a good spot for Relic Delta. I would suggest finishing up your Star Killer and finishing up your Savage. Yeah, honestly, your path looks really good. Oop, did not mean to press that button. Mara. Okay. Next up, we have Andrew Milton. Okay, so you just need the Outrider to get Jabba. Wonder what I should do after. I also did a thing to my Hondo. You relic-9'd your Hondo. There's nothing wrong with a little pee-pee, my friend. Wonder what I should do after. I also did a thing. Yeah, Commander Lex, if I were to give you an order of operations with the stuff that you were doing. Hold on, let me pull it up one more time. So I'd finish your Great Mother's Imperial Remnant thing, and then you're putting the Zeta and the Omi on Zori. That's going to give you some time if you haven't saved up. And so before Balin, I would probably do the Star Killer and the Savage, and then I'd push Balin, and then from Balin into JMK. I would definitely push those characters sooner rather than later. Okay, and let's see. Wonder what I should do after Jabba. Where can I ship How close are you to an executor, Milton? Let's see. 1, 2, 3 ships. 1, 2, 3. Isn't that everything? You just need relic levels, right? Or do you have one and I'm just blind again? No, I don't see an executor down here. What are we missing? Like 20 shards or something like that? Oh, is it for one of the characters? Gosh, it's been so long since I've looked at these requirements. Oh, that's Sith Eternal. So, what's stopping you from an executor? Because you need a GL ship. Like, I'd honestly, suggest for the next couple things you do, because it's so close and so easy in a row. You kind of have it already set up here to do it. You have the Jedi Knight Revan right here. You have the Rebel Lightspeed bundle. So Executor, Jedi Master Luke, Jedi Knight Revan Relic up, and then Profundity, and you'll be in a really good stable spot for your account. You'll have 2 GL ships. It shouldn't be too hard to get those ships done. The Relic 9s is probably going to be the big thing or the Relic 9 is probably going to be the big thing for Profundity, but considering the fact that you just Relic 9 to Hondo on a whim, I'm guessing you at least have some lying around that you could Relic 9 your Adrad. I think getting those couple of things out there after your Jabba is going to get you into a good solid spot. You'll have JML to help you out in Conquest and be a good offensive GL. You'll have, did I say Jabba or JML? JML for good for Conquest and offense. Jabba and Rey is going to be good for defense. Supreme Leader Kylo will be good for offense. You'll have at least one GL ship on offense and defense, or you can bring them both in one direction or the other to get you a good start. I think that would definitely be best. And like you're right there. When it comes to going for Jedi Master Luke, when you have what you have, like it's kind of crazy how close you are to Jedi Master Luke. Let's go over here. So you have Old Ben at Relic 3 of 5, if I recall. Jedi Training Rey, you'll already have done. C-3PO, you should have at least at Relic 3 of 5. Mon Mothma, you'll have to still do. 3PO and Chewie, I would hope that you have this character up and running, but this may be one that you have to work on. Jedi Knight Luke, you already have up at Relic 7. R2-D2, you're going to have to work on, but he should be at least 7-star and ready to go. Han Solo, at least Relic 3. Chewbacca, at least Relic 3. Rebel Y-Wing, you'll have done. Princess Leia is at Relic 3 of 3. Hermit Yoda will be at 3 of 5. Wedge is at 3 of 3. Biggs is at 3 of 3. Lando's at 3 of 5. Like, by the time that you finish Jedi Knight Luke, and if you bought the Lightspeed bundles, you're kind of there for Jedi Master Luke. So I would just kind of go for it, my friend. So I have everything. I just need to do things still. I see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sounds good, Melton. So yeah, that would be my suggestion. You're really close to a lot of stuff, so I would go Executor, Executor JML, Profundity, and they'll also, going for the ships is going to give you a little bit to boost Zetas and that type of thing. What do-rag? What are you talking about, Bumfree? I'm very clearly just hanging out here as my normal Welsh self. Sundry Lime. There's not a whole lot of room for today in the free list, but there's a section in the Discord called Roster Reviews, and we always ping the roster review the roll every time we go live for roster reviews. And so if you scroll down here, you go channels and rolls at the top. Click right here. You'll be pinged every time we go live for roster reviews. Of course, if you want to jump the line, you can always donate $5 or more USD. Let's get back to our list. How much time do we have? We have 20 minutes left. Okay. I am going to speed run for roster reviews. Yeah, Milton, I can already tell you right now, keep working on your mods. But also, that would be my order of operations next after Jabba is Executor, followed by JML, followed by Profundity. Shaq Dag, how are you doing, my friend? I know I saw you in the roster, or not the roster, but the chat just a second ago. Current plan is to save Zetas for Lord Vader, then going for Lord Vader. I'm currently doing TIE Echelon and Vulture Droid as side farms. Not very nice. Also wondering how speeds look on the clones. Okay, so kind of just hanging out, doing some farming for some ships. Do you have any like relic levels that you're working on or anything like that? I'm assuming you're talking about these clones. 310 solid, CX2. You kind of want all these guys fast, because we look at this as like a Lord Vader rework, but it's mostly them doing the work here. Disguised Clone Trooper is one of the biggest pieces of this that does so incredibly well. Yeah, looking good, looking good. As for the normal, like, what you want people to take a turn in, let me see if I can remember. Like, all of them look like they're in their good speed area. And they're all close to each other, which is nice, which makes it so you don't really have to remod for the raid too much. Dang, I could probably use this as a swimmer's cap, couldn't I? I think you want... I think you want CX2 first? Is that right? Is it CX2 first, Apo, then Disguise Clone Trooper? Because then you have CX2 to hit his little thing, and then depending on what happens, if you have enough dots, then you can hit Apo's No Witnesses and get an Order 66 to set up for Disguise Clone Trooper, or you can get the buff to spell, which also can call in CX2 and continue building up the other version of Order 66 that comes from him. So I think it's CX2, Apo, Disguise Clone Trooper is the order of operations here, if you want it like in the technical perfect sweet spot. But honestly, it performs basically the same way almost every single time, no matter what. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. Your speeds look good for the team. I definitely need to start making these 5-minute roster reviews just so I can blast through them. Okay. So saving Zetas for Lord Vader, going for Lord Vader. Okay. So your speed on your clones looks good. While you're waiting for Lord Vader and you're building up Zetas, I'd suggest preparing for Relic Delta. That would include your Savage Press and your Star Killer. Anyone else that looks like they could use a little hit? Unfortunately, getting like a Maul team up and running is one of those ones that's like you kind of need all of them at Relic 7, which is unfortunate. I'd consider a Relic 7 Chrysanthemum going forward. And then maybe Relic 9 in your Queen's Men. I don't think it's a huge deal, but it's something to consider. You're still a little early on for that type of thing. You're working on your ships right now. Okay. And you at least have a... Where is it? Am I blind? I'm blind. Rebels. There you are, you beautiful, magnificent man, you. Okay, so you have that. Okay. Yeah. Working on the side stuff. Love to see it. Yeah, while you're waiting for Zetas, I'd probably just prep. Sounds good, Running Bald Man. You have a great night as well. One bald man to another. But yeah. While I think your plan currently is not a bad plan. I love the fact that you're side farming ships. Your clones are looking good. You're saving Zetas for Lord Vader. I'd take that time to either work on a value farm, such as getting the Queen's Men for Relic 9, or making sure that your attackers and tanks are looking delightful. Whether that's a Relic 7 in your Scorch, Relic 7 in your Star Killer, your Chrysanthemum, or your Savage Press. You have quite a few to choose from. So. Are you heading out as well, Caleb, or are you saying goodnight to Running Bald Man? Say this is I'm getting the last relic levels on Lord Vader relics. Okay, so you're working on Lord Vader Rex still, and you're saving Zetas. Got it. I would still suggest probably after Lord Vader, taking a break and fixing some relic levels after Lord Vader. It's always good to see you lurking, Arctic Gaming. Okay, got it, Caleb. So yeah, regardless, I do suggest taking a break and getting some characters up. I think Relic Delta is going to hit a lot of us like a truck. I think this account is in a spot where it won't affect it too much, I don't think. But I do think if you don't start making some preparations, you might struggle to some degree. Quick look at your mods, and we're on to the next roster. A little slow on the SLKR, but still looking good. Solid JML. Solid Job of the Hutt. A little slow for your fastest character, considering how well modded your GLs are. You still have quite a few characters over 300 speed, which is good. You don't have them up. Yeah, like this Relic 1 Dark Trooper is just, it's going to tickle people. That's about all it's going to do. Honestly, looking... Adrad's looking a little slow. Captain Drogon's looking a little slow. R2-D2 also a little slow. I feel like you've given more love to your clones than you have any of your other GL teams at this point. Hux, where's your first order officer? Okay, he's faster than your Hux. That's good. Looks like most of this is just a mod issue of mod depth more than it is a issue of like you don't know how to mod. Like it looks like you know how to mod. It looks like you're doing good with modding. It's just a mod issue. So if you can't afford the crystals, put in some refreshes into mods and be stingy about it. You know, if it's a white mod and you upgrade it once and it goes to green and it doesn't have speed, immediately throw it out. Be stingy. Be as stingy as possible. I'm 1 to 2 losses away from Kyber 1. I am right on the cusp of Kyber 1, dude. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited to get absolutely wrecked. Is Silent 1 here? Next up on the list is Juno Bush as well. About to see some pretty bad mods. Yay. And then if Juno Bush isn't here, then it's I am Jolie is next. So because I have to go in 10 minutes, so we're going to try and get through both of these. I'm not sure what to do next on my roster. I'm very close to a lot of stuff. My mods suck, but I recently 3-starred Smuggler's Run 2, so things are looking up. Very nice. Love to see it. How's your Galactic Republic? Big oof. They're at least 7 stars, which is good, but I would like to see them up higher. Let's see, what do you... Yeah, you're close to a lot is an understatement. So, no resistance, right? Yes, resistance. Okay, so does that include ships? Yes. How are you looking on Zetas, Silent One? Considering your SLKR is 3 Zetaed, I'm assuming not well. Hey, Juno. Not great. Okay. Well, one of the reasons that you're not doing great with Zetas is you are spending entirely too much time on your characters and not enough time on your ships. The fact that I'm seeing, you know, for instance, this fleet missing the Hyena bomber, even though you bought the Lightspeed bundle for the Geonosians, I'm seeing this fleet missing its 2 core ships that it needs to really shine. I'm curious, are you missing also side farms? Yeah, you've got no Zori here, even though this is one of the best teams that you get for free out of Lightspeed bundles, and it just requires a 2-star Gear 7 Zori. And so you're missing that, which that's like a 1 Zeta. You instantly have a team that can just run circles around people. I think one of the biggest problems you're having is you're going big, and you need to start going and getting some of your side stuff done. Are all 3 necessary for him to do stuff? No, but I do suggest all 3 of them. I would start with his leader at the bare minimum. Let's see, leader, and then... honestly, I'd probably do leader and then his. I'm trying to remember what 3 it's on. Isn't it his leader, his AoE, and his insta kill, or is his unique and it affects his insta kill? I can't remember how that works. I'd have to go look at it. But yeah, get the leader at least, so that way you have like a solid lead to do it with, and then I have to go check what the other 2 are. But all 3 of them are fantastic. I would suggest all 3 of them. I recently brought them to Relic 8 just because I had the extra relic materials, and it means that I guarantee at least 1 extra combat mission for the last couple of rounds of Rote. It's fantastic. Sorry, getting off topic. Silent One. Yeah. Yeah, so my friend, you don't have a GL fleet. You don't have, you have Jabba, you have Smuggler's Run 2, that's fantastic. You don't have your Queen's Men done. You don't have a Zori in your roster. You don't have a GL fleet. These are the things that I'm looking at, and I'm like, this needs to be fixed soon, very, very soon. And these are the things that you can get done right now, and it'll let you do good stuff down the road. I would probably do the Queen's Men first. It's not going to be an immediate, like, oh, this is going to fix my roster and give me a lot of good stuff, but going for the Queen's Men and getting them up to at least Relic 7, maybe even Relic 9, but I'm going to say just Relic 7 for a roster like this. Getting them up to Relic 7, you're going to be able to get some good mod materials, some good relic materials, some good stuff into your roster each month from them. And then after that, I would probably do the Finn Zori just to get yourself a good spot there, and that's going to lead yourself into getting yourself a Ray, because Zori makes the Ray event so incredibly easy. How close are you to Executor? You're there, aren't you? What are you missing? 1, 2, 3. What are you missing? Is it a relic character? What are you missing for Executor? Am I missing something here, Silent One? I don't want to go through and check all your requirements. Okay, so if Executor's this close, Relocate Piet. He's probably just waiting for the event. I hope so. I'm gonna click Bounty Hunter and go back here. Yeah, Relocate Boba. Hopefully you're just waiting for the event. If that's the case, fantastic. You're going to be able to get the Executor. Because that's what I was going to put in the list. Was like, I was doing these and I was going to be like, okay, and then if you're not close to Executor, then you're going to go for Executor. Yeah, okay. So you're going for Executor. Executor is going to be in your roster. You got your Jabba. You got your Smuggler's Run. You're doing great. Now, Queen's Men to get you value, and then you're going to go into Finn Zori, which is going to push you into Ray. I want you to be farming ships at all times. Please, I'm begging you, always at least 2 ships at any given moment should be farmed in your account. Otherwise, I'll slap you. And like, honestly, now that the stuff is done with the comeuppance, where you don't need the reinforcement ability to be you don't need it to be 5-star to get the reinforcement ability or anything like that. You can just unlock the comeuppance. You don't even need a relic Zori or anything like that. You literally just need the tank in this fleet, and boom, you have another fleet that's fantastic for a lot of different stuff. And with pairing it with a couple Empire units, you can take down like a Profundity with this. By itself, it takes down Malevolence so easily. It's my favorite counter there. So like, I want you working on some ships. I want you to work on some of these side things. These are going to be the big stuff that's going to help your roster a lot. But by going for Executor, you made a great decision. Go for some of this value. Go for some of these side pieces that are in your roster that you can push into and get some good stuff. Nice thing about going for Finn Zori is it pushes you into the Ray farm as well, and then you can get Ray into your roster. And then, after Ray, do you have that Lightspeed bundle? You do not. Okay, good. We're good. You're gonna continue on in your Rebel Trinity. You're gonna get that Luke. You're gonna get that Profundity. And go that route and finish up that stuff. So, yeah. Okay. You already mentioned that your mods are bad. Be stingy with your mods, my dude. Be stingy with your mods. Best advice I could possibly give you. Always be stingy with your mods. Yeah, the fact that Yoda's at 279 and he's so far up in your list, not a good sign. Be stingy with your mods as much as possible. Do not take a mod to 6 dot unless it's over 15 speed. Do not take a mod from green to blue if it didn't roll 2 speed already. You know, make sure you're being very stingy with your mods. You need to get through as many mods as possible and get yourself some good modding in here, because all the mod materials in the world is not going to let you fix her. Your mod is not a girlfriend. You can't fix her. Just let her be. Delete the ones that aren't going your way. Please do not invest too much. You have Jabba in your roster. You're looking at Queen's Men in your roster. You're going to have mod materials flowing in. Use them to your advantage, not to your detriment. Please don't slap me. You know what? I changed my mind. Please do slap me, Welsh Daddy. Okay. Oh gosh, I need to paint this cap to be the same color as my skin tone. Be hilarious. Anyways, what time do we have left? We do not have time left. That is all the time I have for today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Happy Halloween to each and every one of you. Hopefully you enjoyed your time here in the Scrybe tribe. I think it's been a damn good time. I thought this stream was hilarious. I hope you guys did too. Big shout out to those who contribute to the Scrybe tribe. Each and every one of you is amazing. We will be having roster review streams more starting next week, and just streams in general at normal times. On Monday is my last day at my current job, and so we'll be able to open up our schedule a lot more going forward, which I'm very excited for, as well as just being in a better and good job. I am very excited. So, good things are happening here in the Scrybe tribe. Big shout out to our tribe best members, current and former. They always have a home on our home screen, and our tribe sugar daddy. You are awesome, my friend. Thank you for being here. And big shout out to our I don't know what do I call my members? The tribe leaders. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. For sure, we will see you on Wednesday, but I think we're going to try and squeeze in at least one stream on Tuesday for roster reviews as well. We shall see. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Happy Halloween to each and every one of you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Let's go ahead and see if we have someone to raid. I know we talked to Tassinix about raiding him, so let's go ahead and raid Tassinix. He's able to be raided on YouTube, right? Tass. Is he only Twitch? No, there he is. Okay. Sweet. We're going to send you guys all over to Tassinix and go tell him your favorite Scrybe quote from MOAR, the leader of the Scrybe tribe. And I will see each and every one of you. And also tell Tassinix whether or not you think that Scrybe was wearing pants today. You know, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for giving a tribe